Well, I've been wanting to do a video on my bug out bag and my system for quite a while, and I think that I've just about got it all. As you can see, this is my main bug out bag, and it is quite loaded down. Then I have my food bag, which is over here, and I have my waste pack, and down here is my E.D.C. So let's go ahead and get into my E.D.C. First off, I have my wallet with all my keys. Has pertinent information within it, identification and so forth. I have an 80 lumen flashlight. It is made of aircraft aluminum, and I have a hobo kit with the pouch, the belt sheath. I also have a fisherman multi-tool, and I have a fire striker, a ferro rod, which goes right next to it inside of the pouch, and it is a military grade pouch. And it is adjustable for height, and it's digital camo. I have a full metal folding knife, which I also carry on my belt. I have a cell phone. It's a track phone, and therefore is basically not traceable like other phones. I have my hat, which will protect me from the sun, as I live in Arizona. It will also serve as gathering water and so forth. And most people wear today what is called a shamach, and I don't wear a shamach. I wear a talit, and a talit, this one is 6 feet by 4 feet and is made of linen, and it will keep you warm in the winter, in the cold, and it will keep you cool in the summer. And next is my waste pack, and I'm going to empty out the waste pack and show you the contents of it. Okay, my waste pack is now emptied, and I have laid out all the contents of what I carry in it. Now first we're going to start with a stainless steel water bottle. Holds 1 quart. And then we got 2 Bic lighters, some anti-itch cream, a single knife sharpener, blade sharpener, It is handheld and has a cap covering the sharpening bit. I also have some lotion. It's in a very small bottle. And I have some water purification tablets, a magic marker, 3 face masks, my compass, emergency whistle, has a compass, thermometer, magnifying glass as well, a small pair of nail trimmers and a large pair of toenail trimmers. I have a small Altoids can with a P51 can opener in it, bits for a driver, and I also have a twin knife of the folding knife which I carry on my E.D.C. I have a second one which is here, a 4-inch by 2.5-inch sharpening stone, a couple of granola bars for a quick snack on the run. Now this is a non-breakable pair of shears, acts as a pair of scissors, and you place your finger in there and you can, and they're very sharp. I have 2 Sharpies, one Gorilla Glue, a folding mirror, a self-sticking wrap, and an ace bandage, and electrical tape, and a pair of leather gloves, 100 feet of paracord, 550-pound capacity, and some cotton balls in a Ziploc storage bag to keep them from getting wet. I also have 2 2-gallon jumbo hefty bags, and a lot of this little things I keep inside of a Ziploc bag as well to keep them dry and handy. Now most of the stuff, I'd say all of the stuff within my waist pack is there for immediate use when walking, and accessibility for things that are needed immediately while on the trail, and for emergency situations, direction. The face masks are there for keeping dust and so forth out of your face so that you don't choke. Water purification tablets for immediate water supply, and the lotion is for dry skin or in case of chafing and so forth. That way you can just have immediate access to it. The anti-itch cream is for poison ivy, poison oak, any kind of thing which causes your skin to itch or irritate, even mosquito bites and so forth. And it all fits within the waist pack, and instead of carrying it like a fanny pack, I swing it around to the front, and it is in the front of me, not behind me. And that way when I carry my bug out bag, the bug out bag is in the back and the waist pack is in the front. And above the waist pack I carry a small book bag backpack, which is where I keep all of my food, and this applies for the food, and I'll be getting into that coming up. Alright, as you can tell, the food bag is now empty, and I have laid out all the food, and I have enough food in order to last me approximately 3 weeks to a month. Now, in case you couldn't tell, this is going to be a long video, because this is not an ordinary bag, the ordinary system. This system is what I call I.N.C.H.E.S.B.O.B system. It's I'm never coming home evacuation system. And so let's go ahead and get started with the food, and we'll start over here. First, I got some flavoring for the water, in case the water is not exactly the most tasteful kind of water that you can drink. So I have different flavorings, and then I have some honey, and it can be used as an antiseptic, it can be used for immediate sugar source, and it goes great with peanut butter. Okay, we have sea salt, and in this container we have olive oil, and I keep that inside of a pill bottle to keep it from being squashed while it's in transit, and to prevent leakage. I have garlic powder, some chili seasoning, and I have 3 containers of peanut butter, one larger, and 2 smaller containers, and providing a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. And over here I have 8 fruit bars. They're apple and blueberry flavored. I have in here some soy bars. They're high in calorie and provide good flavor, and that is vacuum sealed right here. And in here I have more of the soy bars, plus I have granola bars and peanut butter flavoring and chocolate chip flavoring. Altogether there's probably about 20 different bars, but the soy bars provide, right here you can see, 200 calories each, so they're quite fulfilling in a bug out situation. In this bag I have an entire box of Lipton tea bags and 2 boxes or 20 packets of hot chocolate. Up here I have an all beef Slim Jim, Monster Slim Jim, 4 packets of tuna, and 2 of them are flavored. One is herb and garlic, and the other is also herb and garlic. So, and I have some turkey bites and 3 packages of the all beef steak teriyaki tender bites. I have 6 packets of the buttery home style mashed potatoes. They provide a meal in themselves, or just a filler, or in addition to other food. I have 3 bags of corn flakes, which they'll provide like a snack or some sort of filler to fill up so that you're not so hungry. Over here I have vacuum packed 4 soups, and they're chicken noodle soups, and I get those from the kosher aisle in the store. And I also have vacuum packed 2 other packs of like couscous and things like that. I have 2 bags of rice. That's 2 full pounds of rice, white rice. I have a bag there and a full bag there of kidney beans, and over here I have some pinto beans, and those are full bags. Altogether the bag weighs approximately 20 pounds, and to go with the bags and so forth, I have a pair of scissors which will serve other purposes, but it's to open the packages and so forth. Cotton balls in order to have a fire starter ready with the food bag, so that I can heat up water for the food. I also have toothbrush and toothpaste. And with the bag, it does not go on my back, it goes on my chest, and it goes basically in reverse so that I can carry it on my chest, and it counterbalances the weight of my main pack. And we'll be getting into the main pack next. Alright, this here is my main pack. And it is an ATI 95 liter Rainier. It comes with an additional day pack, and so let's break down the pack just a little bit. And now I've broken down a little bit of the pack, as you can see, and I have what was behind it out in front here. On the main pack, you can see that there's 2 large white dry bags. Inside of the dry bags, I have my sleeping bag. It is a double sleeping bag, rather large, not quite so heavy. One side is 3 pounds and the other side is 4 pounds. It makes a double-sized sleeping bag, which allows comfort and plenty of room. And in colder weather, you take one sleeping bag and put it inside of the other sleeping bag, and you get a lot more warmth than you would think. It gets down to approximately 5-degree bag. It is initially a 45-degree bag. It is large enough in order for me to fit in it, and I am 6'3" and 300 pounds. And it has plenty of room when it's doubled, so that I have plenty of room to move around and everything like that. Now, on the back of the pack goes this pack. It is a day pack, which it is, I believe it says it's 10 liter, but I have put so much in it before that it expands to about the size of a 15 liter. Now, in between the day bag and the main pack, I have a rolled up wool blanket inside of a garbage bag to keep it dry, and on top of that I put my leather jacket, which is insulated and is good enough to get me out in negative 10-degree weather. It has been in negative 10-degree weather and has kept me quite warm. So let's go ahead and open up the day bag, and I'll show you what's in that. Well, I've emptied out the day bag, and as you can see, and on the front of it you may notice that I have a different type of carabiner on it. It's not really a carabiner. It is a chain link addition for connecting a chain for towing a car. It has approximately a 2,000 pound weight capacity, so it is a lot stronger. It is solid steel. However, in extremely cold weather it can snap. Therefore, that is one of the drawbacks. I also have a little miniature light for looking inside of the bag when it's dark, and it comes also with a laser pointer. The little light on it is quite bright, and it comes with 3 little button batteries, all for $1 from the Dollar Tree. Now, within the bag I have 2 rolls of toilet paper, a small container of baby powder, a microfiber cloth for any need which arises to maybe wash my face or gather up some water or something, a couple of pens, a pair of Crocs with ventilation holes, which allow for, in case like river crossing and things like that, and I can keep my hiking boots and socks and everything dry, and after crossing the river, take the cloth, dry off my feet, things like that, and then put back on my hiking boots. Now, as I am a smoker, I have an entirely, it's a 1-pound bag of tobacco for rolling cigarettes, and allows me quick access within the day bag in order to get a cigarette. And that's basically it. Within that bag, it might weigh 3 to 4 pounds, and that's it. Not quite a lot. So it allows a lightweight to be on the main pack on the back of it, so it doesn't alter the weight and make it back heavy. And so let me go ahead and put this away, and I'll start to get into the main pack. Well, it's time to get into the main pack. Let's go through some of the stuff that's on the outside of it first. As I said, in the big white dry bags is my sleeping bag. It's actually 2 sleeping bags. On the bottom, I have attached a 4-man tent. It's rather large, gives plenty of room. It is a 3-season tent, although it could probably be a 4-season tent with a little bit of insulating. On the very front, you can see that I have my machete on the right hand side of the screen here, and on the left side I have what I call my pig sticker. It's a little bit of a corny short sword. However, it is very sharp and very long and double-sided with a point. I'm going to take apart everything here, and on the bottom I also have a hatchet that's tied on there, and on that side I have an actual hammer, and you'll be able to see that better once I break everything off of the outside of the pack. And then we'll get into the main part of the pack after that. So let me go ahead and take everything off and be right back. Well, as you can see, I've taken everything off of the outside of my main pack, and inside of the mesh compartment on the front there, you can see that I have a sterno folding stove and also a waterproof container that has matches in it. It's got a ferro rod striker on the bottom of it, actually on the top of it, because I've removed it from the bottom and basically glued it to the top of the container with G.H.B. weld. Anyway, this is what I have on the outside of my main pack. I have the 2 20-liter waterproof dry bags. They are rubberized, and inside of one of the bags I have 3 pairs of dry socks. I put them in there so that they will stay absolutely dry. I have my tent, which is right here. It goes on the bottom of the main pack. It is, I have attached straps and buckles, which I purchased separately in order to attach it to the bottom of the bag. I have an actual full-sized hammer with nail puller. It can act as a crowbar as well. I have a hatchet or camp axe, and as you can see, it's well used. This is what I described earlier as my pig sticker, and it is a double-edged short sword, and as I said, it's a little bit corny. It has bat wings for the hilt and a full leather sheath which it goes into. And here's my machete. It is an 18-inch blade machete, and I've sharpened it myself, so it is rather sharp. And it comes with a nylon sheath, which I've attached a steel carabiner to in order to attach it to either my pack or my belt. I've attached a carabiner to the leather sheath as well, so they attach real easy and detach real easy from my main pack. Now when we get into the main pack, I'm going to start with the very top portion of it, and then go into the side pockets, and then the main pouch. There's quite a lot of inventory to go through concerning that, so it will take some time. Stick with me. Well, as you can see, I have removed the top part of the main pack, and it is presently down here, and we'll be going through that in just a minute. I wanted to first go over some of the other things which I will be wearing while hiking and bugging out. Over here I have my hiking boots, and the shoelaces have been replaced with paracord. And here I have my leg knife, or boot knife as you want to call it. It is military grade, and the handle is solid. It is full tang. The blade is double-sided to a point. It has the original paracord which came on it, already on it, and it can be made into a spear. The handle is solid and non-removable, and actually fits inside of a stick when you make a spear out of it. And it will, once the spear is thrown at an animal and the knife is inserted into the animal, the stick removes, but the knife handle remains outside of the animal, and it will become quite a formidable weapon. And here is the sheath that goes with it, with paracord to tie around the ankle part, and a nylon strap, still the original military issue, which goes around the calf. And I also have my main knife, which goes on my hip, and I will be using that for batoning and cutting wood. And to give you a perspective of the size of the blade which is on there, here is a soda can which is next to it. It is actually twice the height of a soda can, so it's approximately 10 inches for the blade. The handle is about 5 inches, and it is double wrapped in paracord. And there's an example of how long it is. and what it looks like. And it is very, very sharp. I have shaved hair with it, cut paper with it, and I've got a lanyard on the end of it, and it is very large, sharp, and heavy, but not so heavy that it can't be carried. Anyway, I wanted to go through some of that before I get into the top part of the main pack, which holds my fire making material, my first aid, and my maps, and some other equipment. So I'll be going through that in just a minute. Alright, as you can see, the top part of the bag has been removed from there and has been emptied, and we're going to go through my medical, first aid, additional equipment, and fire starting equipment. Let's start with the first aid. This is a waterproof bag, and it holds all of this medical equipment, and it does seal with Velcro, so it is not waterproof completely, but it is watertight, water resistant. And let's get into the medical supplies. First, we have some alcohol swabs. There's approximately 40 of them there. And we have some Ricola cough drops. Below that, we have small, medium, large, and extra large band-aids and bandages. We have some triple layer non-stick pads for burns. Here's some gauze pads, compression pads for larger wounds. Here's some Footworks cream for relaxing the muscles in the feet after a long trek. And below we have triple antibiotic ointment, hydrocortisone cream. In this bottle we have sterile Q-tips. Here are a couple of inhalers. In this bottle there is coagulant powder to coagulate blood in the wounds. This is a roll gauze so that it can be wrapped around an arm and things like that. We have wet wipes, nitrile gloves. Here's a finger splint, just in case a broken finger happens. Medical tape. In here there are 10 razor blades, all contained in a plastic container. Some Gorilla Glue and a small pair of scissors for cutting gauze. In here is allergy relief medication, and that can also help with bee stings and things like that. It says that there are 100 tablets on it, but I put 2 bottles into one, so there's actually 200 tablets in there. Some some acetaminophen, otherwise known as Tylenol, 250 tablets of that. In here there are about 50 tablets of Vicodin for extreme pain, a lip balm, and over here is a bottle of betadine antiseptic, and it also has a suturing thread in the same bag, and the betadine happened to leak within the bag, but that's okay. Alright, for additionals we have a pair of winter gloves, which are good down to what I know of -10 degrees. Below that are some glow sticks, an emergency blanket, some J.B. Weld Quick, a full sewing kit. Some of these, like the emergency blanket and the sewing kit, act as medical as well for first aid, so it's a double purpose. And I have a map of the region, a couple of extra buckle parts, and a lanyard attachment for a camera, which may come in handy and serve a purpose. Alright, over here is another one of those little mini lights. Has 3 button batteries, and it's very bright, and also has a laser pointer on it. A couple more Bic lighters. There's a magnifying glass, and as you can tell, it is also a map reader, so it serves a double purpose. Above that is a magnesium rod, and it's a rounded magnesium rod with a ferro striker on it. I have another container of matches in a waterproof container, and it also has a ferro rod striker on it. Here's a small Altoids can in order to make char cloth. Up here is an entire box of strike-on box matches. In the bag is cotton balls soaked in Vaseline or petroleum jelly for quick fire starting. And up here we have a bag full of dryer lint, also to assist in fire starting. You place one of these cotton balls inside some dryer lint, and you have a quick fire. And I think this, the final bit is 3 tea light candles, just in case. Alright, and next I'll be getting into the side pockets of the main bag, and just stay with me. As you can see, I have gone through and emptied the side pockets, the mesh pockets, and everything around my pack, and I'm about to show you the contents of what I have in those. So in the front pouch of the pack there was this, It's a folding sterno stove. And if you want to see reviews on that, there's other videos on it. Along with the stove, there was the waterproof container with matches and the ferro rod that's there. And as you can see, I J.B. welded the ferro rod to the top of the container. I also had a flashlight, and in one of the side mesh compartments was this. It's 190 feet of jute twine, and in the other mesh compartment was this, and it is a 25-foot steel wire. It's basically a dog's leash, however it makes a great ridge line, and it is encased, therefore it prevents it from rusting. I also had about 50 feet of red paracord, a mosquito head net, fits over a hat as well, my headlamp, it's 106 lumens at its brightest, and it also has red and blue filtered. The LEDs are the color, it doesn't have a filter cover. Also, there is a bright yellow and reflective taped hunter's vest. Prevent people from shooting you while you're trying to hike, or in case you want to be seen. There's a knife sharpener, and over here a couple of extra bag straps. And if you're wondering what that is a triple bladed throwing knife, and when they are folded down, as this one is, then you can hold on to it in your hand, and when you throw it, all three knives flip out, and it is a distance throwing weapon. And in this bag here I have heirloom seeds, so that when I get to a permanent place to stay, if such a thing will exist, then I can plant seeds and grow my own food. And that's what was inside of the side pockets of my bag. And now I'll get into the main large part of the bag in just a second. Okay, I've emptied out the contents of my main pack, with the exception of my clothes, which includes pants, shorts, underwear, sweatpants, a fleece pair of pants, socks, and other things like that. And down here I do have a hydration system. It is a 2-liter Camelback, and it does have the full pack, so I can carry it by itself. Right here I have an atlas of the world, and behind it I have important paperwork like birth certificate and other things like that. Over here I have a 12 by 15 tarp. Next to it I have the pocket fisherman with 20-pound test line. Next to that, I have 4 rolls of toilet paper, full rolls. Next to that, it may seem a little bit strange, however, it's a turkey collar. And turkeys are one of the most skittish animals in the wild. And if other animals hear a turkey, they know that it's safe. And here is a bag, a pack, that goes inside of the main pack, and it holds a lot of the items which you're about to see, including my pair of binoculars, and they are 15 by 35. I also have a bottle of Rontanol for my Zippo lighter. Under that is garbage bags, 55 gallon. I have a siphon, some Ziploc baggies, AA and AAA batteries for all of my electronics. I have in this pack a full rain suit, top and bottom, and next to that I have a bandana. Under that are 2 microfiber cloths, and here I have a 1 terabyte external hard drive. It has about 150 gigabytes of important information, pictures, and everything like that. Next to that, I have a full length folding entrenching tool and a hand saw with a homemade sheath for it, so it doesn't cut into anything inside the pack. Instead of having a little folding saw, that's what I choose to use. It's able to saw down quite a bit more. And I have a pair of knee pads, an emergency radio which winds up and uses solar power as well as battery power, and it does get the weather, emergency, AM and FM, has a thermometer on it, also has an emergency light, a flashlight, and a light that flips out in order to see by. It's an LED light. Next to that, I have little tools, including a measuring tape, duct tape, a tightener, a razor blade scraper, and here is a bottle opener, corkscrew, can opener, and whatever else with that. There's a couple of little tension tighteners, and I also have additional LED lights for a mag light. I have here a 76 LED light which puts out 500 lumens, and I have a 56 LED light which puts out 350 lumens. Here I have 6 microfiber hand towels. And here's a pair of headphones to go with my emergency radio. I have a metal emergency mirror. And right here I have strips of Velcro and strips of shoelaces, just in case. And right here I have three pairs of gloves. The first pair, this is they're leather and very sturdy. They're made for riding a motorcycle. This pair here is a pair of working gloves, and they have rubber beads on them in order to so that they don't slip. And here I have just a regular pair of winter gloves. They're made of a fleece material so that it keeps your hands warm when it's not snowing. As you saw earlier, I have a pair of winter gloves for snow, which are waterproof and keep your hands very, very warm. Now right here I have a oil burning lamp. I can collect the oil or resin from places and put a little wick inside of there and be able to have light source longer than a candle. Right here I have an entire jar filled with cotton balls soaked in Vaseline or petroleum jelly, and it is a main part resupply of my fire starting equipment. And I have a pair of toenail clippers, and I have this little pie cutter and pie piece remover so that I can use it as like a spatula when I'm cooking. And I cook in here, which is my mess kit. It has the plate and pan only, and on top you see a little scrubber, and it is inside of a canister in order to prevent it from rolling around inside of the pack. But the canisters can also be used as a cooking utensil, and it has a lid which can be used as a secondary pan. And here I have my main water cooker and for other things, you know, just heating up food. And inside of it, it has a perforated lid and a metal finger holder so that nothing melts like on top of that lid, which is plastic. Here I have a stainless steel cup with handles so that I can have something to drink out of while I have something to eat out of as well. Oh, and I also have down here a 3-way plug, just in case I come across someplace that has electricity and I need more than one plug. I can plug things in. Now down here I have a magnifying glass, and next to it a clothespin, because it's always good to have something like that. And below that I have what people call a bear bell. It's basically an alarm system. I can hook it up to the fishing line and circle it around my camp and when something trips the wire, it'll ring the bell that I'll have at my tent. I have a strip of leather, because it's always good to have little extra things. I have a rubber band. I have long, sturdy, extra strength zip ties, and I have smaller zip ties right there. I have a memo book, a little, writing tablet, and here are weights, lures, and bobbers for my pocket fisherman. And next to that I have 50 feet of paracord, and below that I have 50 more feet of red paracord. And I do believe that's it. I am done. I'm not going to show you my clothing. Everybody knows what clothing looks like. And I have clothing which is going to be good for Arizona. I can pick up clothing elsewhere or layer it in order to make myself warmer in colder climates, and so on. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that it's very long and very detailed, and I know that I can be a little bit irritating with the way that I talk. Just try to ignore that, I guess, and I hope that you will rate, subscribe, or comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I hope that it gives you some ideas. And as I said, all the contents within this bag equal to about 60 pounds, maybe 70 at the most. The contents of my food bag are about 20 pounds, and the contents of my waste pack are about 5-6 pounds maybe. And altogether it is relatively heavy for most. However, this is an I'm never coming home bag, not a get home bag. And if you're one of those people that thinks that I can't get 100 feet carrying this thing, it should be said that I used to lift weights. I used to be a deadlifter. I can curl 110-pound dumbbells. This bag is not for most people if they're looking to travel light. And it's good for me. I know that I can carry it, and I know that I can walk 10 miles before taking a break with it. And I also have a bug out vehicle, which is a solid steel framed dirt bike. It's a bicycle, not a motorcycle. It has panniers, it has additional carrying equipment, it has extra strengthening devices to hold it together and provide me with transportation in a quicker manner than walking. It also includes a 2-cycle little pedal assist motor on it, which can get me up to 35 miles per hour on it. And on one tank of gas in it, it can go as far as 125 miles. It has quite a good fuel capacity. Now, I have not shown myself in this video, and nor will I. This is the first video I've done where my voice has been heard, and I thought it was a little bit important in order to show what a I'm never coming home bag is. And so, as I said, I hope that you enjoyed this. Now there is one thing which I do not have, and I do know that I don't have it, and I know there's going to be comments concerning it, and that is a water filter. I do have one that I want, and it will filter water by gravitation, and it filters fluoride, chlorine. It also filters herbicides, pesticides, and it filters down to 0.2 microns, and one filter will last 1,200 gallons, and I plan on getting that and adding it to my pack. If there's any other comments besides a water filter, then excellent. If you like what you've seen in this video, then excellent, awesome. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you think it's too heavy, I'm sorry about that too. But like I said, it's good for me, and I hope that you will like my video. So you have a wonderful day or an evening, and Yahweh bless you. Shalom. Well, here's a few more items which I didn't mention earlier. I have a full-sized rain poncho, and there's a picture of that, and it is green, so it'll blend in with the forest ground. It will fit over my pack as with myself. I also have camp soap. It's biodegradable and can be used to wash myself as well as my dishes. I have a full metal can opener, and it also has a bottle opener, a scraper, a lid opener, and things like that. It'll last longer than a P51, which I also have. And I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't show it. Here's my Zippo, and that goes into my E.D.C. And I also have about 150 feet of aluminum foil for cooking and windscreen for my sterno stove. And I just thought I'd mention these few additional items which I didn't show earlier. Alright, thanks for watching. Shalom.